trolley dash up and down the aisle. Keep your bonnet tidy and wear a big smile. Trolley dash, show the punch a stare. I mate, don't forget your apples and pears. First day on the job at the Sainsbury shop. Bosses don't just stand like a lemon drop. Grab your plates of meat, move your boat, race quick. Get the trolleys in line, don't be a two-bob tick. Stack 'em up high, make the shelves look grand. Got the tin of beans in your sausage hand. Trolley dash, up and down the aisle. Keep your bonnet tidy and wear a big smile. Trolley dash, show the punch a stare. Aye mate, don't forget your apples and pears. Got me whistle and flute on the name tags gleam. Manager's watching like a cat with cream. Oh, you muppet, he says no skive on the jam. If you're late again, I'll sling the old pram. Trolley dash, up and down the aisle. Keep your bonnet tidy and wear a big smile. Trolley dash, show the punch a stare. Aye mate, don't forget your apples and pears. On the tills now, scanning with flair. Price check on biscuits, no time to spare. Watch the old dear fumble with her dosh. Keep the queue moving or you'll get a bosh. Trolley dash, up and down the aisle. Keep your bonnet tidy and wear a big smile. Trolley dash, show the punch a stare. Aye mate, don't forget your apples and pears. Trolley dash, up and down the aisle. Keep your bonnet tidy and wear a big smile. Trolley dash, show the punch a stare. Aye mate, don't forget your apples and pears. Aye mate, don't forget your apples and pears. I hit, oh. I hit, oh, hit, oh. I hit, oh. I hit, oh, hit, I hit. Crack of sparrow, roll the trolley straight and narrow. Stack the apples, bag the pears, have the apples and pears, no time to spare. Oi mate, keep it tidy, keep it clean. Boss man's watching, proper mean. Down the Sainsbury aisle we go. Shifting beans and dodging wool. Till it's good night. Gotta mind the pickle jars, don't let them tumble. Lady wants her biscuits, don't let her grumble. Front the milk, maids on top, keep it fresh, never let it flop. That's the Sainsbury way, smile wide, keep the moaners at bay. Down the Sainsbury aisle we go. Shifting beans and dodging wool. Stock the shelves, make it right. Clock's ticking fast till it's good night.
it's good night.
You're listening to FFOP Radio.
Reach the Hey everybody, and welcome to the show. My name is Dave. This is FFOP Radio. What a night to have a curse. Let me introduce you to my co-host and producer. She's right over there off camera. That's Krista.
That's me.
Welcome again. What do we have for you tonight? Something special, but I've got a little bit of a story because I wrote a note. So it's kind of funny and locally strange. There's some TCAP people in here, which you may or may not find this interesting. But so, like, one of the local artists, like music artists around here, posted on Facebook this Goon Busters group on Facebook that, like, blasted this guy. Basically pulled a TCAP on him, lured him to a local Subway, and it's right up the street by Jalapenos. And like they caught him in the parking lot, and they took pictures of him, and they grabbed all the screenshots and stuff. And so I go, oh my god! And I wanted to talk about that yesterday, but I blew past it because I was.
So here's the thing about that, though.
Well, there's more to the story.
Go ahead.
So they did all that. So today, Globe, which is the town it happened in, Globe PD goes, hey, check this out, guys. Knock that shit off. They go, hey, that's crazy. Don't be like chasing people around and posting shit. Call the Crime Watch hotline that they gave him. It was the craziest thing, but I couldn't believe that, like, number one, I got a response, and number two, I saw the whole story play out.
There's been a lot of back and forth on Facebook about this, and
it's wild. It was just crazy. We have our own little,
but it's not like he's not an actual like predator. He's like 18 years old. He's not. The way that they did it, it was a whole thing.
Like, I'm not espousing anything.
But it's crazy.
I don't know any details. I'm not saying I do. He could, whatever. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Here's the disclaimer: I'm not a lawyer. I'm nobody. I'm a nobody who knows nothing. I'm just telling you what I saw, and it was weird.
It was right here.
Dude gets blasted, and then the next, because like. You see these things all the time, right? Like, because the social media will push these at you if you're in the true crime genre or whatever. It'll show you somebody getting busted out somewhere you've never been, right?
Yeah.
And it's a place that you've never been before, and you go, oh, that's crazy, but, like, they're out there. This is a place I've been to a zillion times, and it was just like, whoa!
Yeah.
And then to see the people, like the Globe PD, be like, hey, stop that!
Right. Like,
No
tell us.
vigilantism. It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy when I saw that notice this morning.
I wasn't like gonna share it or espouse any like vigilante justice, but I was just like, it came up my feed.
Yeah.
And the police were like, guys,
come on.
stop. Like, social media is cool and all, but like, yeah, it's kind of skeezy. So what else do we have? What do we have indeed? I've got some Sainsbury supermarket training. Now, for those uninitiated, and this is why it slipped by me for a while, because this comes to us from our friends at Just Training Videos. Sainsbury's is a market in the UK. So it's going to be, it's wild. I scrubbed through it a little bit. It's an hour long, so I can't guarantee we're going to watch it all. But the music up front is impeccable. It's like an interview style type thing. It's labeled training, obviously. That's why we're doing it. But it feels so, I don't know, almost where it's, I don't want to say it's like as zany as Are You Being Served or Faulty Towers or something like that. But it is like bizarre to see like a 2-camera shot. You'll see it of these guys interviewing, one getting interviewed like in an active grocery store. And like, how do you think that worked out? It's like, I think we gained more customers or whatever.
It like, we listened to a tiny bit of it, but I couldn't tell. Is it like real like Cockney accent, or is it something I'll be able to understand?
No, it's not Cockney. It's
Holy moly!
You aren't a lawyer. You are a DeLawyer.
I'm DeLawyer. Yeah, you can quote me on that, DeLawyer.
DeLawyer.
My last name's DeLawyer. Maybe I should have changed my name, Dervis DeLawyer. Anywho, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we're gonna have a bizarre time because I scrubbed through it. We're always, in FDO's eyes, we're always chasing that Skyline Chili High. Will we ever find it again? I don't know. But I was like, what should we do tonight? I realized we haven't done training videos in a long time, but we are chasing that high.
Sure.
Will we get it back? I don't know. God damn it, I'm trying. But let's see if Sainsbury's can do it for us. Like this music starts out like nothing, right? It's like, normal corporate stuff.
Yeah. It's like Law and Order.
It's Vaporwave before Vaporwave. This is 1992. This is before, there was nostalgia. There it is. There comes the saxes.
Well, this reminds me of, the intro to a Law and Order or a CSI or something.
No, this is more...
black and white going through,
This is totally Vaporwave. Like, somebody is... this sounds like I could watch it because I listened to a lot of Vaporwave on a couple of channels, and this is basically it. You just lift this. It's that smooth sax, that sort of repetitive drum beat, but this is not they're not doing it for nostalgia purposes. This isn't like a gimmick. They're not doing it ironically. This is in situ, people, and it's what is the British version of pineapple, people? Chips, people. Bangers and mash. This is all geared up for a Sainsbury's managers convention or something. Take it easy, Ryan. Thank you much for the super chat. That's a huge cash register. Props, right, guys? Quit. It's like Guns N' Roses roadies. Moving stuff and a bunch of people in sweaters and white collars standing around. This is I don't know, classism, right? Take a blink back in time. It would be people with big neck frocks and peasants wearing those looks like the hats are made out of a goat's bladder. I think they wear those. Yes, just imagine a spinning statue head in the Macintosh screen. This is the longest intro to a training video ever. It's an hour long. I don't know why they needed to try and shoot for feature length, but they tried their best. Look, they put up. Where's the A go?
What year is this?
1992. Oh yeah, I can't keep this is what's popping off in England, too. They were listening to Vaporwave in England, I think, too. That was an old-timey maid. She had a tiny hat. Well, there's more standing around. These douchebags. Some guy looks like it's from Proclaimers. Dude's resting his nuts on the board. Yes, that's cool. There he is again. How? For a supermarket. They hired Ebert. Roger Ebert came and hosted this.
Oh my god.
Wow, this is 1992 because I can swear it's Windows 95 here. Whoa! This is the best screensaver the UK was ever given free with every operating system. Wow. FDO, I might need you to rip this song and remix it.
Oh yeah.
It really builds. It's a pyramid scheme.
Brick's gonna finish work before the intro finishes.
I know, right? How long was that? It's not even over yet. The song's still going. 3.5 minutes of just this song. I'm not complaining necessarily. how do we make money on eggs, guys? That's what we learned at the Sainsbury market thing-a-majig, whatever this is. Look at all these boring people. I hope it's not. No, it can't be. I saw other things than this. Good Lord.
That reminds Brick of cheese corno music.
You can tell by the facial expressions which of these speakers thinks he's the funny one. Like, he doesn't think that.
Sure, Brick. Sure.
Do you think that's Phil Collins? He might be. He's English, right? He's not American.
Phil Collins?
How's that? I'm ignorant of things.
Thank you for the great
God.
job you've done. Thank you for the great job you are doing.
Oh, God.
Thank you for the part that you've all played
Captain
in
Peacock.
raising the performance of JS, in serving our customers better, in making us world leaders in our great trade. We've come a long way from Drury Lane, but thanks to you, we've kept to
Drury Lane with the Muffin Man.
the ideals that were established in 1869. And thanks to you, we will go on to new and greater success in the years ahead. Thank you.
Thank you and good night.
Oh, yeah, he's from Chiswick, London.
Chiswick?
Phil Collins.
Oh, there you go. See, I knew it. Hooray, that was good. What an intro. I really... Whoa. Produced by Sainsbury's.
Really?
All that was the prologue. Here we go. We made it, guys. I knew we would do it. If we just held it together.
Another 3-minute song.
Flies by. Oh, it's gonna come back. There it goes. Oh, God damn it.
Hello, I'm Roy Shepherd and I want to welcome you to the second edition of Retail Review, the news magazine programme for all members of JS Retail Management. Retail Review...
What? Who are are those dudes in suits expected to watch this? Are the managers expected to watch this? Who
aims to bring you all the latest news on working practices and legislation. And if you feel the urge to record Coronation Street or EastEnders, we suggest you use one of these, because it's worth holding on to your copies of Retail Review. We're bringing you the kind of news you may well wish to refer back to. In fact, let's begin by...
You missed the words on the screen again.
I know. I can't. There's no way I'm going to get it. It's like one of those rigged carnival games. But he's imploring us at the beginning of this video, after we had to spend 6.5 minutes to get here. He goes, hey, here's our VHS cassette tape. I beg of you, please don't record over it with the EastEnders or our other shows. Use these blank tapes. That's a troubling sign, right? He's like, please don't record over this. You may want to watch it again later, and it's important.
Looking back on the main topic from the last issue, health and safety. Here we are in 1993, and believe it or not, on the 1st of January, all 6 EC directives on health and safety did come into effect right on cue. Among other things, the directives called for comprehensive accident reporting. The captain's log here at the new Mere Green store is looking good so far. But the time has come when it really makes sense to record accidents onto a central computer. And Rodney Parkinson of Retail Logistics is leading a working party to determine the best method of recording customer and staff accidents across the whole group. The EC directives also stipulate that there should be clear company policy on any operation that could have health or safety implications. To that end...
This is so, oh God, it's so British. It makes me want to eat fish and chips.
Captain's log.
Like, it's it's things that are British are so British. There's nothing that Britain produces that isn't like the color Britain. Like just all the rules and the red tape. Like it's been around for a long time. You know, the UK, England, thousands of years of history. They like to like suck themselves off all the time about it. But like it feels like such a buttoned up, like boring place to be.
Right.
Am I alone with that?
No.
Like, don't get me wrong, their comedy is second to none because it has so much adversity to thrive against, like classism and all this other stuff. But like, it's like, oh my God, there's nothing I don't know. It feels like I'm eating steak and kidney pie and I have nothing in my mouth.
Manual handling and personal protective equipment risk assessments have been carried out for all the operations that take place within a JS store. The Retail Health and Safety Initiative is now being...
How long did it take to like get those cones and chain, right, and set that shit up, and then have to go get the mop, which is presumably in a different area because it's taking so long?
Uh-huh.
There are so many rules and rules. This is ridiculous. And this guy stands here like, not like Robert Stack. What's his name?
Captain Peacock?
No, not Captain Peacock. The guy from the Twilight Zone. Rod Serling. The English Rod Serling.
Coordinated by Senior Store Manager David Mellows Facer and Deputy Manager Diana Watson, both of whom are on short-term secondment to branch operations at Blackfriars. They'll be presenting their conclusions to you in due course, which will create a consistent policy across all the stores. And now, I think it's safe to say we can share the story of a West Midlands branch of Asda.
What are we talking about? I am so lost.
Don't worry, it has a happy ending. Don't worry, it has a happy ending, you guys.
I don't know what he's saying. I feel like he's speaking in tongues.
Bob's your uncle. It's the most boring... This is what happens when like corporations.
1992, a retail review cameraman on a covert operation to Sutton Coldfield managed to obtain this.
Holy moly!
Finally woke up for a live. Much love to all, Scott.
Welcome, Maxwell
Hello,
English.
Maxwell.
Glad to have you awake.
Sensational film
secondment means being grabbed by another department for a time.
Jesus Christ. This is so bizarre.
Or was the branch so ordinary? For just a few weeks later, the situation had changed completely. The signs, they were changing. Taking the Asda A-frame out and putting this here in just 7 weeks was not only a good way of raising local property values, it was a major feat of engineering.
What is the point? So now he's like, hey, guess what? When we bought this building, it cost us a lot of money to put our name where the old name was. And he's sucking himself off for that. It took us 7 weeks to, like, it says a different thing now. The words are different.
I'm not getting any of this.
Oh, shit.
David Smith, you've achieved an amazing transformation. What were your objectives?
Well, there were two main objectives, really.
Hang the sign.
One was to turn the Asda building
into
a JS store, and secondly, to turn the Asda workforce into a JS staff in just 7 weeks.
How did you do?
Well, we told them the name of the store now is Sainsbury's. And then we said, I'll see you in 7 weeks, I guess. Did they all have to go home while they changed the name?
Like, what was the store before? Was it still a grocery store? Was it like, did they have to get trained to like put and you can, bread on the cabinet?
You
on
can
the thing?
Roll back here to get a tobacculent Chinese cigar.
I am like...
Oh my God, cough already. Jesus.
Well, the first thing we've done as regards the building was to lower the ceiling height. Installed new improved...
Too many buildings getting stuck up on the ceiling. kids would let go of the string. We lowered them.
Lighting,
And we lengthened the strings.
which give us a brighter, more warming environment.
Oh, yeah.
We then stripped out the sales area.
And like, are these actual, like, these must just be customers, right? There's no way they have like a bunch of extras rolling around here. These pensioners, right? Like this dude looking at celery or whatever the fuck that is.
Pensioners?
Yeah, retired people
my God.
in England are pensioners.
Okay.
Catch up, Jesus Christ.
Completely. Refitting with entirely new gondolas,
Candy shop.
new
A lot
refrigerators.
of disgusting candy. I'm sure England is like, thank God Mexico exists, right? Because no one can make worse candy than them. We all respect in Mexico. I love your food. Your candy sucks balls. And I'm sure British candy, probably not great either.
Holy moly!
It sounds like they have to cough.
Cabinets
chest cold hanging on.
and putting in a new
Where's Jameson?
delicatessen and bakery counter. Of course, we removed the traditional Asda A-frame from above the entrance of the store. We were able to...
Well, traditional A-frame, well, they didn't remove it. They put like basically a triangular piece of drywall over it. 7 weeks, me boy.
Who cares? Who cares?
Why are we here?
Move a big retaining wall and pillar that was used to divide the produce and entrance from the rest of the store.
And now...
And in so doing, we were able to
It's a
open up
shame.
the front of the store and therefore making it much more inviting for the customer.
You said there were two objectives.
Max?
What about the people? How did you turn Asda staff into JS people?
Well, that was quite a task in itself, a big logistics exercise. We had to train 233 Asda staff
That's a lot of
into
staff.
the
When he said 33, he slipped almost into like an Irish. I feel like this guy is putting on a fake accent.
133.
I think he might be Irish, and he's snuck into...
JS way. Now, this was done. We
Britain,
transported
proper
them
England.
out to our supporting stores. We provided in-store instructors. We then give them intensive training. And what we were doing really was giving them new skills to meet our own manning requirements.
How on earth were you able to achieve all of that
How
in just
on
7
earth?
weeks?
Oh my lord, in 7 weeks? Wait, we're a fucking... Like, Sainsbury's is huge.
That's like 2 fucking months.
They
Like,
just mentioned legislation as being part of their company, right? How... They're huge. 2 months. Whoa.
I think it was the enormous effort that everybody made that was involved in this opening. It really was a major achievement.
okay.
Oh, there we go. I can't read that. But this guy does look like... He looks like Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing, oddly enough, in one character.
Well, congratulations are certainly due to the quick change artists in Sutton Coldfield.
See you next
where
time.
Asda
He
said,
almost looked like for a second he had like a really big suit like David Byrne from Talking Heads for a second. Like, I was like, what the hell's going on? But I think he just has like a tiny head.
and
maybe.
goes, their loss is our gain.
Oh, Lord. What the hell?
Last year, the management appraisal system was itself appraised and came out of its review with 4 new targets. First, to improve the contribution that each member of management makes to the business
To appraise the appraisal system.
and to improve their performance so they can achieve that contribution.
Oh, God.
Where training needs exist,
This
these
fucking bullshit, bureaucratic non-speak is so fucking annoying. It's like, oh, we reviewed people that do a thing, right? And we found that they were lacking. They just weren't performing. So we nailed a bunch of bullshit terms. Contribution. You're not... These are all meaning the same things, right? If you're not contributing, you're not performing, and
Correct.
you need training.
Correct.
Like, yeah, we reviewed it, and we found some sucky employees. And we made it a company policy not to suck. So stop. Boy.
responded to and career aspirations will be supported. These are noble aims for any appraisal system, making it much
People who want to be promoted, try, and we'll let you.
more than just a basis for allocating pay reviews. How will it work in practice? The appraisal process takes place in 2 stages. The first stage takes place in January and February, where, as you'll be aware, performance is reviewed again.
Can someone imagine the person watching this and like going, "Oh, yeah, this is like something,"
like writing it down?
He gets laid every day.
Against your targets.
You know, it's not just the glasses. This is a shirt and shorts matching combo. It's just you can't see the shorts. Shorts look just like this in short form. Same material, the whole 9.
But he didn't say no.
Here is to identify your achievements and assess the problems that you've been facing. This takes place during a discussion between you and your manager. The emphasis has to be on openness and honesty. Soon afterwards, everyone receives their rating, which provides the basis for the March salary review. That takes us up to the second stage of the appraisal process, which is just as important because it sets out...
Like, God damn it. Like, it's so... Like, just listening to how the British live sometimes gives me anxiety. Like, I can't... I'm not one of these people who can, like, stare into their future and know that somewhere on a calendar that I've never seen, nor will I see for years, has something in it for me. That's what it feels like every British person lives like. Like Mr. Humphreys, for instance, you know, they're all living for that big, like, senior salesman's position or whatever. They want to be Mr. Rumbled at some point. But, and like, that's the thing. They'll go, well, in 5, 10, 15 years, I'll be a... I mean, imagine staying in it, like, you know, I don't know how long you've stayed at a job. I've stayed anywhere between 1 and 10 years at a single place. I can't imagine being like, yeah, I sell underwear and bam, locked in for the next 40 years.
Right.
And at 35 of those, I'm going to be at the bottom rung, right?
Yeah.
Getting third dibs? Are you fucking kidding me? Anyway, that's
meaningful targets, mutually agreed between yourself and your manager for the year to come.
Mutually agreed.
There'll be no more than 6 of these targets because they will challenge you. They are, however, designed so that with commitment, you'll certainly be able to achieve them.
That's what I want.
As I said, these targets are meaningful. They'll be directly related to your store's business objectives. So, when your performance is reviewed in the following year,
and this is the type of bullshit talk too that like leaves the customer out of the equation altogether. It feels like, you know, they're obviously a huge corporation. They must be doing something right. But look at Walmart. If you're, you know, stateside, if you ever walked in there and been like, quality.
Yeah. Hey, Rachel.
Right? Like at some point, the customer becomes just like the cattle that you sort of open the gates to.
Yeah.
Sort of prod with sticks. They come in, munch a bunch of products, then they fuck off unless you're open 24/7. In which case, the manure builds up in every aisle.
To get a clear picture of your contribution to your store. Your manager will also be wanting to discuss your career aspirations and the opportunities that you'll need to achieve them. Targets are not just set and then left for the year. Development and training to achieve your targets is an important part.
The potential for more meetings is always available, guys.
Yeah.
Whenever we've, you know, sure, 40% of your year is going to be us meeting and talking about your meeting and contributing and goals and career something. But there could be more.
Part of the appraisal process. This support package may include training courses, project work, coaching, job swaps, secondments, and visits to other locations. It's also important for managers to continue assessing their people throughout the year to build up an accurate picture.
Again, this is my nightmare. Like, England is micromanagement.
So is every corporate place in America.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So, like, if the UK's culture is already micromanaging and make sure everybody stays in their place, even if you get money, like, oh God, what's his name? Mr. Harmon. When Mr. Harmon like pretends or, you know, actually does get rich or whatever, he's still a Cockney dude who just has money. So he hit the ceiling of Cockney, but he's not like upper echelon. Like he's still he's at the top of his class, but he cannot ascend. Like
Yeah.
Miss not Slocum, the young
No.
one. Why does her name fall out of my head? Wendy something or other. Miss Brahms.
Miss
God damn it.
Brahms, yes.
Miss Brahms. Common as mud. You know what I mean? She's always going to be, bam, in that tank. It's like a shelf of aquariums. And like the one you're born in, you can swim to the top, but there's no way to get. You can see the other fish. You can do business
glass
with them.
ceiling shattering.
Yeah, no. It's still there. And then imagine that, like, cranked up to 1 trillion. Like, a corporation in England?
Of their people's progress. That all adds up to an important new approach to appraisal. Later in the programme, Colin Harvey will be talking about the major benefits that he expects to see coming out of the new appraisal process.
These weird chips.
JS has
There's no
already
colour
won the
back
Investors
there.
in People Award, and these appraisals are the latest step in the company's commitment to its people. There are high expectations that as the year progresses, the new system will be getting top ratings from all concerned.
Top men.
Rick wants to know, I've never seen this, Brick. Have you guys watched Old Fools and Horses?
Only Fools and Horses.
Oh, sorry. Only.
Comedy about Cockney Geezer and his family and friends. No, I might have to look that up. There is an old English group. I think they're Pete and Bass, if you know of them. One of their songs is Ugly. I think they're hilarious. I love that shit.
Is that the two rapper guys?
Yeah. Do yourself a favor and look up Pete and Bass.
We watched it the other day.
I fucking love it.
I couldn't understand anything they were saying. I can't, like, even sitting here. How long has this been going for?
14 minutes.
I don't know what's happened in the last 14 minutes.
You have to maybe just grow up and be acclimated to it, because it is still, sometimes it does get too deep for me, but mostly I can hang.
Welcome to the JS store in Camden, which just for today has a brand new department.
Oh, look, someone brought their fucking German Shepherd and parked it out front. That is the most depressing building. Look at that, there's just a bunch of like equipment and shit.
The effective working practice department. Its shelves are brimming with tips and pointers on how you can increase the efficiency of your store.
Why are we pacing?
Perhaps you're wondering why I'm walking like
Yes.
this.
Interesting question.
I'm in training for the L-shaped walkathon. Is there one being held in your store? No, it's not a charity event. Nobody at all benefits from the hundreds of L-shaped walkathons that are taking place even now in stores around the country.
But
pick up the product, walk 3 steps, back 3 steps.
Oh, that's stupid.
If you pull, I think I know where he's going with this. If you pull the cart 3 steps closer, but I don't know for sure. That's just my guess. I'll listen. Yeah, and any comers in the chat, what do you think the solution to this problem is? 2 people?
I don't think it's a problem. It's a walkathon.
Is this tongue in cheek?
I don't know.
Are they like? If it is a walkathon, who is counting the steps? Like, who benefits? Weetabix? You know what I mean?
Walk 3 more steps. And back yet another 3 more steps.
98p for cornflakes.
Believe it or not.
Oi, stupid! Move the cart.
Staff are walking and carrying goods tens of thousands of miles every year. It may be keeping
Not kilometers?
them fit, although it's more likely to be giving them back problems. But it's
This is how birds stay fit, but back problems. Yeah. Cornflake back? You kidding me? Got the English cornflake back problem.
costing your business a lot of wasted time. Business experts have laboured hard and long to come up with a solution.
Susan, do you hear me? Move the bloody car!
And here it is.
Squeak, 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 squeak. Rolls her ass over and it turns into like a Zucker Brothers material.
Yes, it seems simple, but considering the amount of time wasted, the loads carried, and the distance travelled...
I never carry a load. But this is how micromanaging you are as a society. Like, I understand, yeah, like, this does seem like we're saving pennies on the dollar.
Yes.
Like, the English bureaucracy is so finely polished. It's like a smooth orb of glass that, like, if not seen in the right light, it's invisible. That's how polished this is. So they go, hey, walking 3 steps over and over and over again will give you a bad back, and we don't want to pay for that. So somebody somewhere whipped out a little visor and maybe an abacus and go like, hey, if we put in our video to tell these motherfuckers to pull the cart to where they're unloading it, it'll save 34 pence a year to do it.
Correct positioning of L-shapes is not a petty matter, but a very useful way to conserve resources.
Energy, basically. Your peasant legs.
And if staff
When
insist
you have to go back to your serfdom and you work on your lord's farm, you'll need to save that energy for turnips and radishes.
on marathon walking, there are a lot more constructive ways in which they can do it.
Like, with other people, without
Edward
stalking.
Bonner, you're the manager of retail financial control and therefore very much involved in
The way
determining branch
this
labour
guy
standards.
talks and like looks to camera and like walks off reminds me of that the history guy that does those jobs.
Oh, Tony Robbins.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very, like, that's the thing. Like, British people in general are so dry. British humor is so dry. At any moment, this could turn into a comedy, and I'm hoping it will. Like, we could have seen him bump into her with the cart or roll over a little bit, and he's like, there, problem solved. At any moment, that could happen. I know it's not, but it feels like it could.
To be frank, tips on working practice such as the correct positioning of the L shape do seem to be fairly minor things. Why do you feel it's so important that management teams actually take them to heart?
Well, I think, first of all, we'd all like to avoid unnecessary work if we could, and the waste of resources that involves. I think, secondly, a lot of little things that
This is the guy who did the spreadsheet that I was talking about earlier. We're meeting him now.
seem unimportant. When you add them up, they come to quite a different sum.
Look at training this lady to scan cans in the background. God damn it, it's so close, guys. It's so close. Like, this is like top secret. Like, when they're trying to get into the restaurant, right? And like the story bit is happening in the foreground, and Val Kilmer is in the back, like getting stripped down to his underwear and getting measured for a suit because it's fucking zany as shit. Like, this is almost that. This is like Spinal Tap. It's like almost there, but it's just fucking boring people doing boring things and telling,
On the L-shape example, I've worked out that would cost in an average branch something in the order of 10 hours per week.
Oh, shit.
Now, if you multiply that across the company, it's about 800 hours a day, or about £1.5 million in a year.
Have you got any other
Saved.
examples of that?
Yes.
Pounds busted.
At Cobham branch and the use of staff time
Saved.
to walk the store in
that
order
was
to find
hilarious, but it's
members
not
of
like
staff
meant
come
to
and
be.
open another till. And would you believe that actually amounted to about 12 hours per week just walking the store to find the staff? So we've introduced a trial using personal communications.
Now we just tell them when they're on the register, stay there. Don't wander around the store.
Yeah.
Right? No brainer. But the English, they're clever. They say, hey, when you're working the register, do that. Right? Don't go check out the Weetabix, the Marmite, the Vegemite, depending on which one you like.
That's bleepers. Back to the telephone at the front end service desk. That will obviously lead to a saving in the order of 12 hours a week if we can establish that. Another example.
But like, saved. But like, here's the thing. They're a very big market chain, right? So if one store with all of its employees due to this is saving 12 hours, doesn't this feel like, you spend this amount of time sleeping or this amount of time doing that, and you go, well, if you had that time to reuse somewhere else, like, oh, I would learn French or whatever.
Right.
But like, it's not like that. It's like, it doesn't necessarily work like money or anything else where you can actually bank it. The 12, again, but also minuscule as fuck. Like, we're talking thousands of hours in payroll a week at like a big grocery store, and they go, save 12. It's like 0.0012%.
Yep.
Boom, bitch.
Did
Saved a pound.
Would be where the delivery documentation, which has recently been changed because of the vehicle loading system being introduced, is still being double and triple checked in offices.
Oh boy, the triple checking is my favorite.
Would amount to about 3 or 4 hours a week in administration clerical work.
Yes!
So there's another example of a working practice that can
Now,
and
why
should
aren't they dropping how many pounds they're saving anymore, right? Because it doesn't make a fucking difference at this point?
be changed.
These are examples of the negative impact of poor working practice. What about...
what do peaches look like?
The other side of the coin, the positive contribution that teams can make.
Yes. Well, effective working practice is, of course, directed mainly towards better customer service, which is ultimately what we're all about. We discovered in a number of stores that the misscanning rate was very high, largely due to a lack of cleanliness of the glass on the scanner. So we introduced a program where effectively we clean as we go. The impact of that is to reduce misscans to such an extent that each customer gains a few seconds on going through the checkouts. Now, if you add that up, you get a much more...
How often are they doing that, like, full disassembly and clean, right? And P.S., what kind of sloppy assholes are just, like, giving you wet, dripping things? What kind of supermarket, like, disgusting.
Efficient, speedier throughput for every customer at the front end of the store. Another example is in the cash office. We examined the real tasks of the cash office, and we discovered that they were actually
do the ladies in the back are just like reading the ingredients?
The number of interruptions they had
whatever
throughout the working day.
Because what are they doing back
work
there?
That wasn't
What
really
are they doing?
cashier's work.
And you can't hear them, so what's the point of them being there to begin with? Like,
I swear I heard them whispering earlier.
2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon. And we also
So are they doing this like live in the training room? Like, hey, jackass, like, as great as it is to like save time by like filming this while this poor woman is being trained, hypothetically, annoying? Right,
they're saving
38 seconds with her training while I'm doing this.
General office. Now, the impact of that has been that we have the customers of the cash office, if you like, within the store, who now get a much speedier service. They don't have to wait. They're much happier. As they come to the cash office, they're dealt with. The cash office staff themselves get on with their work. They're much more productive. They've gained a degree of accuracy, and there are less discrepancies in the cash office reconciliations. Now, that kind of thing, if applied across the group, is probably worth something where in the order of 100 to 200 hours a week, depending on how we implement it.
Where do suggestions come from?
Well, I'm hoping we're going to get them from stores.
Damn it.
And the idea is that if staff in stores have got good ideas, we'd like them to come up to us and we'll have a look at them and see if they're implementable.
So that's how Honda does their shit. Like, it's anyone can, bring an idea, like, as long as it's, whatever.
Yeah.
They're not classist in that regard. And that's why Honda fucking rocks at basically everything they do. Like, every motorbike, every lawnmower, every fucking thing that they do basically runs like a top. Or if it doesn't in the first generation, it's fixed almost immediately. Like, there are motorcycles from the 1960s and 70s still on the road, Honda-wise, just rolling around, the original owner's ass still resting comfortably on that imitation leather. And so I appreciate that sentiment. Is it implemented here, though? I doubt it. I mean, look how many times did Boldrick go up to Blackadder and always shot down?
Sounds like answers on a postcard, please.
Yes, very much so. I think that good ideas need to be shared. And if effective working practice is to be successful in the years ahead, it'll be because people in stores, management and staff, tell us better ways to run the stores and better ways to be more productive and more efficient in giving that customer service.
Productive, efficient.
Well, there it is, the Edward Bonner Challenge. Who could resist it?
Hey, I'm flying off to America.
Certainly not our next guest. We often hear about military dictators indulging in a bit of saber rattling.
Welcome Muammar Gaddafi, everybody. Welcome him.
Our own retail director.
It's Idi Amin.
Colin Harvey has a brand new saber to show you, and it really does deliver the goods. Colin, everyone should by now be familiar with Saber's initial phase, the disposals reporting. After all, it's now 18 months since it first began to be rolled out across the stores. What's next for Saber?
Feel like a Kids in the Hall sketch or something, like Monty Python, but it's like, I'm waiting for the jokes.
It's going to be followed by the installation of the first Saber ordering pilot at a branch in August.
Is this casual enough? And they're like, the cameraman, obviously, he's like, this isn't working. Got to pull
Zoom it
in. Too casual.
The emphasis here will be on sales forecasting for perishables. That's a radical change for JS ordering systems. Every district will have a branch operating this system before Christmas '93.
There seems to have been a strong emphasis put on ensuring that managers understand the system from the outset.
Yes, of course. We've deliberately taken this top-down approach to implementation because, first and foremost, Saber is a management tool. It is designed so that store managers will be able to do their work more efficiently.
The success of a new system usually comes down to the people who use it.
Oh, that's right. Each stage of the development has been prototyped prior to its installation. We've actually operated...
efficiency doesn't kill people. People kill efficiency or something.
The simulation of these new systems to allow branch managers to influence the design of the new system.
Cutting-edge technology.
Our experience to date shows that it will be managers who can best decide how to manage their business.
Just got the hair of a
It'll be up to them to manage the system and hopefully add their trading knowledge to the system's potential.
If we can turn now to what's been discussed during the programme, we started off with a health and safety update.
Yes, I mean, we've adequately covered now the progress from the risk assessments we've made. But unfortunately, and rather alarmingly, we've done nothing to reduce accidents actually happening in the branch.
So what can be done about it?
Nothing.
Well, only to progress further what we've done already, and to ensure that managers and staff
finally.
are all
There it
aware
is.
that
Guys, remember that situation earlier? This whole thing? That was an hour ago. Where was the mop?
will happen, and they must take every reasonable precaution to prevent them happening.
More
we must
chain
ensure
next time,
there's safe
probably.
working place for our staff and for our customers.
What did you think of the Mere Green transformation?
Oh, it's something that the retail division are justifiably proud of, and
I can't.
I'm pleased with the cooperation that we have with development division.
I've
and the way
learned
that everybody
nothing.
pulled together to produce
What do you think about it?
transformation in 7 weeks.
7 weeks. What do you think of it? They're still blowing themselves over it. We covered up a green name with an orange one.
7 weeks.
7 weeks.
And trained people.
The inside is less green also. Oh, wow.
Thanks to all those people that did all the hard work. I mean, we took the glory in the centre,
but it was the people in the division that took the brunt of it all. But something we are very proud of.
But I mentioned
the
them
third
on this
item
video,
was
so
a
it's
reference to
payment
the
enough.
new management appraisal system. What do you see as the principal benefits of the new approach?
Well, first and foremost, all of us like to know how well we've done, and that's the appraisal system. But by splitting the target away from the
fucking
main
calendar.
appraisal,
No, I don't want to know how I'm doing ever, right? When I was working in an office, I didn't want to be examined or reviewed or whatever. I didn't want to do any of that. Like if there was a problem, come to me. If there wasn't, keep your mouth, basically shut. I don't want to talk about me. I don't want to do any of that.
No.
It's fucking annoying, number one. But it's nerve-wracking, number two.
Yes.
Like, when everything you do is being checked, and it's like in Papers, Please, that video game where, like, there's this invisible, all-knowing checker after you that if you let a spy slip through, it goes, up, we got you.
Yeah.
That, like, IRL would be a fucking nightmare. And like, imagine everything you do. You go, you go. As soon as it would like left your hand, it came back like it bounced like an email.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, fucko. But this is so you can get better.
Right.
That's why.
Yes.
We hammer your ass. We burn your ass at the stake. We sacked you because you just had to get better.
Now you work in a place where you're examined and reviewed, and it matters.
And it matters.
That there are ways
true,
to do
it's
things
true.
better.
But it's by
performance in the
here's the thing:
division.
customers review, examine, do all that. Fine. Don't boss me around. Like, tell me how you think I should run my business all day and night. You can't make me do a fucking thing. That's the thing. That's the difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
If an asshole comes in, they taste it, and they go, I would do this. I go, great.
Bye.
Go do that. But in this situation, someone says, hey, you got to do this. You go, yes, master. Because, like, you're going to get review in another 7 minutes.
Yeah.
So let's make sure that the next one, you want to get that raise or move out of the coal mines or whatever.
Brick says, I used to have to do quarterly reviews, had to write down what went well, bad, and came up with 5 training opportunities. I
annoying.
I have a lot.
Those are so annoying. It's like, hey, here's what a good boss, a good teacher, a good parent, a good anyone does. They pay attention to their underlings. They have like a personal relationship with them. They realize what their strengths and weaknesses are, and they build a team around those. They don't go, well, I'm going to check out on you as a human, but by next quarter, please tell me who and what you are so that I can judge you based on this paper, because I don't know you as a human being.
Right.
I have no idea who the fuck you are. That's why you're filling out this paper. I'm glad you got hired here, and it's great. Welcome aboard the team. I don't know who the fuck you are. I need to be reminded 4 times a year.
Yep.
Could you do that? I could reach out, talk to you about the things that we do at this company, reached you as a human being. Nah, dog. I'm going to go ahead. There's 2 pages this year. Mm-hmm. We're going to try and get that down to 1 next year, but 2 pages this year. Hey, not for nothing. It's not like I'm doing nothing up here as the boss. I got to read all these papers, or at least my assistant has to read all these papers and basically give me the cliff notes 4 times a fucking year. Whoo! My delicate boy wrists.
That's going to benefit the individual who's
the beat's
working
good.
for
It's
us
missing
and
a
benefit
microwave
ultimately
hot
the
dog.
company.
Yeah.
It's certainly going to put more
We're
hours
missing that
into the
microwaved
business
hot dog
to do the
smell.
essential things like customer service better than we've done it before.
Just real hot dog chunks floating into traditional.
Ugh.
What we'd like people to do is to send through ideas.
Call it. Is there a genital word that rhymes with like hive or bee? It's got to be something clever.
Usable, and we will
I'll
evaluate
think
them in the
about it.
centre. What we'll try and do is that we'll take the best ideas and we'll go to that person's branch, whoever the member of management may be.
Honey baloney? No.
Video in their branch, just to show them how we've
Honey
implemented
and
those
baloney?
ideas.
No.
And that's the challenge. Give us a good idea, and we'll go back and do this video, this next retail review in your branch.
Can't wait. Oh, man. Please.
So it's not only the Edward Bonner Challenge, it's the Colin Harvey Challenge as
The door.
well. And it brings us to the end of the programme.
Just
All
slams
jokes
it.
about Sabre being at the cutting edge of technology aside, what we've seen in
Pun, guys. Saber.
Huh?
Cutting edge.
this programme
Dry
is that the
humour.
company is using every means available, technological, managerial and commercial, to
Agricultural,
push forward the
legislative,
success of every store.
judicial, napkin.
We saw at Mere
Dog.
Green that it took just 7 weeks to put a store into the JS format, as it were. Even
Did I
so,
mention that? Not for nothing. I don't know if I brought that up before, but where was a triangle? It was green. 7 weeks later, white and orange.
Whoa.
it's the enthusiasm and commitment of its
Fucking did
management
it.
team that really makes it a JS
He's gonna
store.
shoulder this old lady.
I hope that you and
Come
your
on.
store are going to benefit from what we've covered today. For my part, I'm certainly learning a lot more about how the business operates.
7 weeks.
My thanks to the teams at Mere
How?
Green
What are you
and
learning?
Camden
You're
for
one
hosting
of
the
the
programme,
the
and I look
corporate
forward to
stooges.
reviewing the retail scene with you in the next edition of Retail Review.
I almost had a Karen crash in the back of it. Nice hat. Oh, the hell got him. That's fun. That's jockey.
So is this over now? Because he-
According to the clock, no. We still have half an hour plus.
Oh, they must have mashed 2 into 1.
Let's see what happens. Well, it's part 4 of 4, so I don't know. Oh, damn, the hats make every job so jaunty. And plus, you can easily recognize who does what.
In Retail Review 9, new recipes for bakery management. JS directors hit the road to meet managers, and J. Sainsbury turns 125. But
oh, hey, happy 125th birthday. I think that's, I don't know, I kind of like that. If my company, or any company I'm ever associated with where I have this power, I would definitely get every employee a trilby. Those little white trilbies you just saw on that man's head. And the band would indicate their job, much like Star Trek, right? Red for command, yellow or green, depending on whatever is engineering. No, was that security? Yellow was, because like Worf was yellow and so was like...
Worf was...
Blue was medical. Worf was, but he was security, but like Geordi was also in green.
Well, he was in
security
engineering.
And science, or was it? Yeah, engineering. I was saying, like, would it be like engineering wouldn't have been green, right? Was maybe Worf was yellow? It's been a while, guys.
Worf was yellow.
I'm saying trilbies with the fucking say you're orange, you're purple, bam, and then start wearing symbols, pink hearts, yellow stars, all the marshmallows.
I think then Worf became red too.
I mean, in some, no, it's just like he's an officer.
February the 6th, London's Royal Lancaster Hotel and 250 senior managers from throughout the JS Group meet to develop business strategy for the next 2 years.
Plenty of prostitutes made lots of money those days.
Business. It was revealed that world-class status would be achieved through a benchmarking process, matching Sainsbury's performance against other major businesses throughout the world, all leaders in their individual fields. Store managers will be fully briefed at the forthcoming roadshows.
Look at the layers and layers and layers of management.
Yeah.
All of these dudes. Oh my God. Like, if you cut British society in half, it looks like an onion, and the only the people working in the middle is that tiny little core. The rest are just layer after layer of stuffy suits and waddles and terrible hair and dumbass glasses and shit.
Turning to the DIY market, and in one fell swoop, Sainsbury's Homebase has become the second largest chain of its kind in Britain. On January the 25th, David Sainsbury and Dino Adriano, chairman and managing director of Homebase, announced the acquisition of the Texas home care business from the Ladbroke Group. The deal,
really
worth £290 million, awaits Office of Fair Trading approval, but Homebase looks set to take on 241 additional stores throughout the country.
You wouldn't believe how many weeks it took us to change Texas to Sainsbury.
Purchase, because the 82 Homebase stores are heavily concentrated in the southeast. The Texas network gives Homebase strong and immediate presence in new regions. 16 stores in the northwest, 14 in Yorkshire and Humberside,
bonkers.
10 in the northeast and Cumbria, and 24 in Scotland. A total of 64 stores in areas where the Homebase name is still largely unknown.
Yes, I knew it was red again.
Back in
like in season 1, but like season 1.
Thank you.
The
Yes,
JS
I thought he was red.
The 125th birthday celebration bonanza got off to a dynamic start on February the 12th. All Sainsbury's, Saver Centre and Homebase stores are offering an action-packed programme of entertainment, exciting offers and
so
prize
depressing.
opportunities for customers and their families. 125 cars will be won, as will more than
125 subcompacts.
Ooh.
That's a £799 value.
£1 million worth of other prizes.
Join us, Brick.
And each store gets to play its part by recognising and rewarding all manner
Doesn't this look like a Temu version of Shredder's Lair? Like, we just watched Ninja Turtles. This is like the team version of Sam Rockwell is bringing in the new recruits, and all these little fucking idiots on their cell phones and shit, and they're all just like dancing, like, yeah, you anything you want to do? We might have the stuff to do it.
Positive activity in its own local community.
Want to run a bike
Stores will be
indoors?
seeking
Hell yeah!
recruits
Make
and
sure you got that
individuals
helmet.
who have something special of their own to celebrate. They'll receive a very special prize,
We keep
a
the prices low since
125th birthday
1869.
cake and £125 in cash. This will be the
An
biggest
oak barrel of sugar is still 13 pence.
and best birthday celebration that shoppers have ever seen. And all the free gifts, the prizes and awards are Sainsbury's way of saying a big thank you to the customers who've supported the company's success for a century and a quarter.
Century and a quarter, Mum.
The fourth generation of Sabre has been
Right,
released,
antenna.
and
That's
it's
the
forecasting and
alpha
ordering
scanner. All the other scanners report to him. He can call them.
facilities now extend to non-perishable goods. Sabre 4 will have a major impact on the efficiency of stock management because the handset now utilises a two-way radio link with the main computer in the store. Users can send and receive on-screen information in real time about things like product availability.
Excuse me, do you have any of the spicy bean salad?
As well as improving operational efficiency.
Spicy. Beep.
No.
Ma'am. Connecting. Error 404. Spicy bean
It will
not
allow
found.
management and staff
they're
to
all right
investigate
there, bitch.
problems on the shop floor,
Yeah,
rather
I
than
see
having
we
to
have
spend time in the
48
office
of them,
at the
and
computer.
they're right here. Beep.
Since the last
you got
edition
any
of Retail Review,
bananas?
cashless pay has been introduced for all staff. On the
With
whole,
your
it's been well
credit
received.
cards?
But to ensure its success, an important reminder for everyone in management, don't forget to complete the daily attendance bulletin.
Don't you dare.
If it's not done, staff may well not receive the correct pay.
No shit. Like,
More information, faster.
Oh, we're
Retail
already in
Review is just
1985
one
now.
aspect of the improving landscape of management communications within Retail Division. There's also electronic mail,
I think the store
weekly
still
bulletins,
exists today.
and several
yeah,
different streams
definitely
of communication
Sainsbury
in
still
print.
exists. It's got to. Like, there's no way. I feel like I just heard of them recently. But it's crazy, too. Also, like, one of the things that you'll notice, being huge in the 90s, like, computer technology in the UK was sort of stunted. I don't know why they stuck with cassettes and that sort of like low memory shit for way longer. And like I think Australia also had like a lot of cassette based software for like way longer. And so like technology just feels like so like low to the ground. Like looking at this, that's 1995 and they're still like working at like Commodore One Piece workstations. It's insane.
There's the Retail Managers Conference as well.
It's a way of
Last September,
fired.
a group of JS directors took to the road to launch the management restructuring. And in the next few weeks, a second management roadshow begins a tour of the JS store network. The events are a forum for discussion between store managers and the directors, covering issues
You
such
think
as
anybody
trading
gets hit by
conditions
like flying
and company
shoes
strategy.
at these?
I asked Nigel Broom to explain the intended benefits
Nigel
of the new
Broom.
roadshow.
A more English name doesn't
I think
exist.
there are probably four major benefits to the roadshows. Firstly, they give the directors of the business an opportunity to regularly update store managers on strategy.
New Zealand was the
also
first
on
country
goals
to
and
fully adapt and use
The thing about strategy is that it's ongoing, it's
POS
dynamic,
system.
it keeps changing. And I think in the past, when we've only had a conference every 2 years,
That's
the strategies.
Some things just don't work with places that are too big or too old. Like the only reason the U.S. isn't as like classist or whatever is because we sort of broke away from that because we didn't like that over here, and so it's not as like entrenched in history. There's like history buffs, but it's not like everybody knows about wars from the 1700s or who got shot in the face with an arrow in 1463 or whatever. and so it's the smaller and or newer you are as a society or civilization or whatever to call it, you're a little more mobile, a little more flexible. So like there are some that just they're lumbering iron giants burning coal and moving 1 mile an hour while everyone smaller and or more nimble than them just plays around their feet as they struggle to micromanage all the little gears and levers and shit that has to be steam powered in that motherfucker.
Out of date. And so 6 monthly roadshows will give the directors an opportunity to keep this refreshed.
6 monthly roadshows?
I think that
what's 6 times
store
12? That's a lot of
can
roadshows.
regularly hear on an ongoing basis these goals and objectives set for them, they can better understand the role that they might play in achieving them. Thirdly, and I think very importantly, the roadshows give regular access to store managers, to main board directors. I think it's very important for them to see directors and be able to ask them questions.
I can't imagine being genuinely taken away or swept up into thinking that is important.
It's on the part of the directors, Colin Harvey and others, to come out, to listen to what store managers have to say and to answer their questions in what I think is a very direct and open style.
There are many forms of communication.
Hey guys, wild idea, right? Let the people talk to you, and when they speak to you in a common language that we all share, English, let's say, not saying everyone on the planet, that'd be crazy, but like, let's say Sainsbury's, at least they're speaking English. Speak to them back, ask them what they're doing, and then get them to fill out a sheet about themselves.
Yeah.
At least I give them this. At least they're like moving away from, like they're trying to espouse the idea of talking to people, which I appreciate. But the fact that,
but it's only managers and it's only at conferences.
Because that's what it's focusing on. I think that like whatever the corporate culture or whatever you want to call that stupid bullshit, it's semi-refreshing, even though it's always like always been there. Like, hey, let's all whatever. People put on airs or like people get stingy about shit because it's business versus whatever. Let's all treat ourselves as humans, whether it's business or not. Put the whatever in place and then worry about like being an asshole later.
Yeah.
Just me, right?
Why more and why now?
I believe you can't have enough communication.
Dear
but
God,
more to the
never.
point, we've probably reached the stage in our history where we've recognised that if stores are going to perform better and provide a better level of service, then it's going to be people that make the difference.
No shit.
And people won't make
It won't
the
be
difference
robots.
without information.
1995.
And that information won't come without good communication. And that communication has got to start at the very top. And I think if we can give out clear messages to our store managers at the roadshows, then we stand a better chance of that information being filtered down in a very relevant way to every member of staff.
God, the buzzwords that they
a process
pepper
really
into
we
all of
began
these sentences.
very well by
The irrelevant
but
buzzwords.
I think there's a lot further we can go. And lastly, I think what we're talking about is a different form of communication than anything we've had in the past. As one-way communicators, no one can touch us. We're brilliant. But as two-way communicators, I think we've got a lot to learn and we've got a long way to go. And I think what this process will do is enable us to listen more to staff.
You should have never been one-way communicators to begin with.
Right. I'm annoyed that this boring video like makes some solid points, because most people are one-way communicators. They're like yapping, diarrhea, anal leakage of the mouth, if you will, because they want to fill the space or they want to talk about themselves. And you can see in their eyes when you're having that conversation with that person that when you're talking, they're just watching your mouth.
Yeah.
And sometimes they won't even do that. They won't even give you the service of like letting you finish your complete sentence. They'll jump right in.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give a fuck. But yeah, but how do you solve that? Like it's going to be a problem. Humanity. Some of these things we'll never solve.
That's true.
No matter how much we raise awareness or raise this or that, like wear a pink ribbon for breast cancer. It's maybe someone will go, "What is that? I never heard of breast cancer." And then you'll win $1 billion that day, because who hasn't? Like, you'll be the person who's never heard of Coca-Cola on the planet Earth.
Mm-hmm. Do you fit into the division's communication strategy?
Well, in a sense, although that is one way, It's very much the same as the roadshow. In other words, it gives the store management regular access to people like Colin Harvey, regular access and update on
All these
topics.
people like, thank God we did not record over that VHS cassette tape. Now we can all watch it. All these depressed
And relevant features and messages.
Manager,
and I think it's been very well received.
Wanted to get in their big boy suits one day and sit up on a stage. These are all the little spuds that are budding off of them.
And the advantage, of course, is that it's more regular than the roadshows.
That's what's happening on the management front. What about staff? How are you communicating with them?
Well, we do realise there's a gap here. And what we are going to do over the next month or so is to build on the success of the retail video by creating...
we have them write little messages, right, like on pieces of paper, and we send them up with a carrier pigeon, because I don't want to talk to them filthy beggars.
If you like, a sister video for staff. It'll be more topical, it'll be more magazine-y. And we'll trial it a couple of times to see how staff react. Of course, we'll continue to use the journal wherever we can. And we'll look at anything. There are many technological advances on the market
man on a phone.
But they're expensive, and I think we need to
it.
tread very carefully. And we will look to see what's available over the course of time. But let's not forget, people keep talking about getting back to basics, and I think when it comes to communications, that's absolutely right. When I go around the stores, very often I see on restaurant tables a locally produced on AmiPro store newsletter, which sets out the achievements of the store last week, one or two magazine-y topical type issues, thanks to people for doing this and that.
I don't ever want to be or meet the type of person that genuinely enjoys, like, periodicals put out by companies for its employees or companies put out for its consumers. Like, if you, because there are people out there who follow the Kraft Corporation, like on Twitter or whatever, or like they follow Oreos, and that's a two-party communication dump fest, because some poor son of a bitch has to run the Twitter account for Oreos and tweet something non-offensive about Oreos every day, hour, minute, whatever.
Yeah.
But then the dead-eyed idiot who follows that account has to like the content produced by Oreos enough to be like, yes, I want to see this when it happens. That's the type of person is just above the fish that climbs out of the primordial soup, right? Like they gain the ability to breathe air, a gas, mobility, technology, Oreos. Stay in the swamp. Jesus Christ.
It's very powerful. And in its way, just as important as anything that the centre can produce. And we shouldn't forget that.
Let's not until we do. Trading issues.
The benefits of the in-store bakery are now within the reach of every JS store. The results will be nationally consistent quality, a wider product range, and new opportunities for bakery management.
The conversion rate is probably something crazy because the pound is always way more money, worth more money than other money. Like the 15 pence, or like that loaf of bread was like 59 pence, which is probably like $1.50 here. I don't know what it roughly was back then, but it's like 2.5, sometimes 2.
The process is actually beginning with a move away from scratch baking to central production of preformed bread and rolls for final bake-off in-store.
Right, so the quality will really tank, but it'll save some time. The families who have to eat it will notice a drop in quality, but they'll have no choice, right? We sell them the bread. Fuck them. We found a cheaper product. It takes way less time to make, and it's efficient. Who wants homemade bread with artisanal like flour or like rye, stuff like that? What I want to do is like get it shipped in on a truck. We'll put it in a giant oven. A dude who wears a hairnet under his trilby will check a clipboard, and the love will grow in the stomachs of our patrons. It's fucking shitty.
So, 59 pence sterling is 80 cents U.S. dollar.
In 1995?
I don't know. Now. I don't know what it was then.
Well, it goes up and down. So, at one point it was really high.
An entire new factory has been established in Milton Keynes so that every store in the network can offer the same service, converting the preformed product into hot, fresh bread, which is not just available in the morning, but throughout the trading day.
Oh. And P.S., England is not without its bread scandals, because during, the Victorian era and beyond, and, I'm sure as long as bread and poor people have existed, there was constantly adulteration of bread to save money by, selling it to poor people or whatever. They put like plaster in the bread. Anything like passed as white or floury, they would just throw in and it would be adulterated. And like it would be carried in stores, like multiple. Like, I would be very wary if I were an Englishman and they go, hey, we're not making homemade bread anymore. We're going to ship it on a truck and we'll just roll it into a big oven. Don't question the quality. It's made in a factory.
It's fine.
Factory fresh bread. I love that sound. You just smell the smoke coming out of the stack. Bready. I could love it.
56
It's like the factory grandma used to work in when she made bread.
stores are currently involved in the first phase, but following evaluation, preformed bread delivery will extend to all stores. The results will be an overall improvement in quality, consistency across stores, and access to a high-demand product for customers wherever and whenever they shop.
I'm dubious.
Brian Hawley, this effectively means that in-store bakeries don't make their own bread anymore. What implications are there for skilled bakers who work in the stores?
Well, it has to be remembered that the changeover to preformed bread is only part of the overall strategy we're gradually putting into place. And part of that is the introduction of many new ranges. Some of the branches will have seen the new indulgence cream cakes, for instance, which are in there. And many of those ranges and many of those products require the skills that we've got with our bakers.
I don't like the way this guy says indulgent cream cake. Everything he says, there's a story in The King in Yellow where this bizarre character who sits in a black funereal hearse, right? Horse-drawn carriage, it's the 1800s. He talks very gutturally and he's like hard to understand. His like mouth is full of like wet slop, and it turns out he's just like a giant grave worm. That's what I feel when this guy talks. Like that's what this guy has, the voice of a giant sentient hearse piloting grave worm. It's disgusting.
Bakers are highly skilled and conscientious about producing product of the highest quality. You're effectively taking quality control away from the bakery staff.
No, we're effectively
Why
splitting
would you bring that up?
So part of the quality control will be carried out at the central factory, but the final quality control rests with the bakery manager, as it's always done. They're totally responsible for the quality of the product they sell.
They're just not making
and
it.
as time's gone on, they will see that the benefit...
That's how you test bread for quality. You don't smell it. You don't know that it's quality because you're making it. You have a little machine and you wave over it like it detects ghosts, right? Quality bread.
No ghosts.
Yeah, we all stand around like bloodless butchers in our little trilbies with the black bands because they're baking.
They're like mafia.
They don't bake it in it. It's open like they. It takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dudes, nearly 2 dudes a loaf.
Able to give customers hot, fresh bread throughout the trading day. An enormous step forward for us. And already, as the trial's gone on, they've seen the quality of the product and are able to give consistently to our customers.
How is the bakery strategy providing new management opportunities?
That reminds me of a scene I once saw in a Girls Gone Wild video, and took place in New Orleans. Why would you pull your pants down in public?
Opportunities.
Well, it's really on 2 fronts. The first one is, up until now, the in-store bakery and the bought-in bread and cakes have both been physically separated in the store and dealt with by 2 different groups of managers. Over the period of time, these will be integrated, so the bakery manager will have responsibility not only for the in-store bakery, but for all of the bought-in bread, rolls and cakes as well.
So you had the things and separated them, but eventually they'll be the thing again.
Yes.
It's a good plan. That is a fucking awesome bureaucratic plan. We were doing things and it was like, let's do something different. So we split this thing apart, but later we'll do it the same way we did it before again, but less good. Nice.
And that's a much bigger management role and gives them much more mainstream management opportunities and will lead them into mainstream branch management. The second, of course, is that up until now we've had over 70 branches which simply don't have bakeries. They're too small. We've never been able to put them in. This system allows us to put bakeries into those small branches, and that's exactly what we'll do.
Yet, in view of all these changes, are jobs in the bakeries genuinely safe?
In the 2 years that, like, we went from 1993 to 1995, it looks like he woke up in a hotel room he doesn't remember how he got to. He looks like shit. His hair's all fucked up. This guy looks like a walking corpse worm.
The board have made it absolutely clear. There will be no job losses, there will be no redundancies, no one in the bakeries will lose their jobs as a result of this. And indeed, they've gone even further than that, to say those within the bakeries who wish to stay within the bakeries will be able to do so. So yes, their jobs are absolutely secure.
Until they're not.
Sure, the thing they'll be doing won't be baking anymore.
No.
It'll be stacking, but...
Your job is the same, but your job duties will change.
I mean, don't we all get into a career path so we can not do that eventually? Right? That's why I'm getting into meat. I want to be a table wiper professionally. I want to wipe tables. I now stack bread. I tell you what, I think I'm fucking... as hilarious as it is to be in 1995 now, it's actually not that great. And I think we've been through enough. 1993, I feel like, had enough for us.
Yes.
Sainsbury's, guys. Why don't somebody, if you see a Sainsbury's, go inside, shoot some. You probably can't. It's like Big Brother over there. Get me some footage if you can. I want to see inside a modern day Sainsbury's. How much is bread? Maybe just find out and tell me. Right?
Do they go back to making it fresh themselves?
No way. It's still piped in. It's probably from a different country now. The factory's in India. Giant slingshot. But how much is a loaf of bread? It was 59p back then. Someone go in, check it out. You could look it up, but don't. I want you to go there if you're there. If you're not, go there anyway. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for showing up. Was it a Skyline chili? No. But it never will be, because that's just the curse of the show, isn't it? Anyway, anything else? Check out FDO's album. The link is in the show notes as usual. Get a Rope, classic. Other stuff is coming down the pipe still, but
Brick's sister lives in London. He's gonna.
Oh, nice. Yes, please. See how much a loaf of bread is. Like, basically fact check everything that's going on right now. Does it still exist? Is it there? Is that guy alive? Is he piloting his own little hearse? Feels like he might. Anyway, guys, thanks again for showing up. We will catch you on the next episode of FFOP Radio. Smell you later.
Bye.
For the try to
Fistful of Podcasts Radio.